next door at Arlington and around the nation, I've seen the unbelievable love of spouses, wives and husbands, sons and daughters who've lost a loved one at war. And today and every single day, we all honor America's Gold Star families. I've been inspired beyond measure by our incredible wounded warriors and their families. The one thing that I wish is that the whole country could see what you all did here this morning. The thousands of you lining the corridors and clapping and cheering and saluting their service, honoring these brave warriors and their families as they pass in this proud procession. This is a phenomenal tribute to them, but to all of you, because it's a reflection of the spirit of this department. Service before self, love of country, dedication to duty, taking care of each other. It's the spirit that so many of you have shown in Afghanistan and Iraq and all around the world, year after year, tour after tour. Our country has never asked so much for so long of our all-volunteer force. But the beauty is you never complain, at least not out loud. You always step up and you always come through. And it's the same spirit demonstrated by all the defense civilians as well, the force behind the force. Developing the policies, purchasing the equipment, organizing the logistics, ensuring your readiness and taking care of your families, our wounded warriors, and our military retirees. You all may not always get the glory, but our troops cannot do their job without you. And as Secretary Gates pointed out, standing up here on stage with us are some of the Pentagon's longest-serving civilian servants, each of them with more than 40 years. That's an amazing thing. Yes, indeed. So we thank you, a special thank you for your dedication and your commitment. Now, I could say thank you all day long. I love to do it. But what I want you to know is that these words of thanks are backed up by deeds as well. They're backed up by a president, by the secretary, by Secretary Gates, by Admiral Mullen, by the military commanders all the way down the chain of command, because they're working hard every day to make sure that you and your families have what you need to get the job done. And whether that means increasing the size of the military, investing in the equipment that saves lives on the battlefield, or working to give you more time home between deployments. They've worked to improve your quality of life, including better pay, better benefits, and better military housing. And they've worked to improve care and treatment for our wounded warriors, especially those with post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. This administration understands that we have to take care of these Americans' heroes who take such good care of all of us. And Secretary Gates, especially I want to thank you and this department for everything that you've done to support our military spouses and children, because you've done a lot. The Family and Medical Leave Act has been extended to military families and to caregivers of our wounded warriors. That's never been done. There are more funds for child care now, for family counseling and support for spouses, and to help spouses pursue their careers, which is difficult to do when you are moving from base to base to base. And since April, this month, is the month of the military child, I want to salute all our military children. All of your sons and daughters, because the truth is, and we cannot forget, these are the most mighty of our servants. They serve in a very special way, trying to stay strong while mom or dad is a world away, recovering, helping their parents recover from wounds, And in some unfortunate cases, they've made the ultimate sacrifice, and they've lost a parent to service. And it can be so hard for these kids, probably beyond what we could even imagine. So they need all the support that we can give them, all the love, both at school and at home. So I want to thank Secretary Gates for your leadership on these issues. It's a leadership that is strengthening youth programs and renovating or replacing more than half of the DoD schools. It's a leadership that will help tens of thousands of military families and their children. But supporting all of you and your families truly takes more than government support. It's more than any of us can do. It also takes an active and engaged citizen. So I want all you to know that as long as I'm First Lady, I'm going to keep urging all Americans to do their part, whether it's something as simple as volunteering time or pro bono services to help our troops and their families, or making a home-cooked meal for a busy spouse who's struggling to keep it together, or whether it's something as simple as just saying thank you when you see one of our troops in your community. Every American can do something. Every American can do something in service to this country and in service around the world, and you of all people know that, right? You all know about service. It's the code that you live by every day. It is the spirit that you showed after the terrible earthquake in Haiti. The Coast Guard, who were the first on the scene, evacuating those in need and repairing the ports so that aid could flow through. The soldiers who helped distribute so much food, water, and medicine. The sailors who brought fresh drinking water and treated the injured and the sick. The airmen who reopened that airport and then operated those relief flights 24 hours a day. The Marines, some of who had just returned home from the Middle East, who said goodbye to their families and immediately shipped out to Haiti to help sustain one of the largest relief efforts in recent times. And of course, every step of the way, there were all the DoD civilians and folks from other agencies, all who worked alongside of you. And this international relief and recovery effort continues today. There is still so much work to do in Haiti. With the support from America's military, we're going to be able to do so much more, but the need continues to be great. Every American is grateful for the service that you've shown to that country. We're humbled by it. We're inspired by it. But nothing compares to the appreciation of the Haitian people, which they have expressed in so many ways. The cheering crowds when you arrived, the thumbs up they gave you as you passed, the grateful mother who named her newborn for the Navy ship he was born in, the man who said simply, "Without you, I would be dead. Thank you, America." And I couldn't say it any better myself. On behalf of the President, on behalf of the American people, thank you for the service that you display every single day around the world, often in harm's way. Thank you all, military and civilian, and to your families. You make us so very proud. So I'm going to come down and say hello. Thank you.